And with that, you can buy yourself a little runaround, like that new De Tomaso Mangusta.
Which Tiff, I suppose you'll be testing later.
Funny you should say that.
Tiff and Vicky need to get a grip on things. Those Italians cost lorry loads of lira. I prefer something that you don't have to sell your internal organs for. Like any one of this Trinity, which can be sitting in your driveway for between 6 and 8 grand. And after all, who ever heard of a temperamental German? During the 80s, this Teutonic trio was so iconic it hurt. The world wanted them, but only Gordon Gekko had the readies. But the market's changed, and cars that once cost the same as a decent Semi now sell for the price of a flat-pack kitchen from B&Q. We forget that in the 80s, 911s were more precious than platinum. Scores of Hooray Henrys and Henriettas cheerfully paid premium money for their air-cooled porkers. And you could literally hear the streets of Fulham, Chelsea and Kensington echo to that metallic drum roll from the Flat Six. The 911 was quite simply a designer god. And it's easy to see why. This 1977 2.7 Lux is still cooler than deep space and more fun than a bedroom full of flying clothes. We are talking 155 miles an hour top and 60 in 5.5 seconds. Not bad for a 23-year-old antique. With such an epic top speed, the 911 is a supercar that calls for super respect, but not super wealth. A Minter with full history will set you back just 8 grand. But if a 23-year-old car is a little too pensionable for your tastes, then how about something a touch more contemporary? Like the cult car, the BMW M3. Now driving this is like taking a wolf for a walk. I have got a close ratio gearbox, quick rack steering, limited slip diff, ABS. It is a touring car in taffeta. This car is about one thing and one thing alone. The sheer joy of putting your foot to the floor. 60 takes 7 seconds and top shouts 140. And it is deliciously controllable. You just set it up for a bend, get to the corner, back off, and then plant your foot right down. Here we go. And it just slides down beautifully, tail end of the line, catch it, out we go. Oh, wonderful. And it just repays every sensory gratification, flat as you're driving, way wonderful. Every S-bend an adventure. Trouble is, BMW only imported 257 M3 saloons, so they're about as easy to come across as an evening on TV without Carol Vorderman. When you do find one, expect to pay around 8 grand. But we found this 87 for 6 grand. 70,000 miles, full history, and it's a blinder. There is, however, one tiny downside with the old shape M3, and that's they're all left-hand drive. Ordering a drive-through Big Mac becomes a phenomenal faff. Oh, and one other thing. The radio seems to be permanently tuned to Bavaria 308. No. But if this Bavarian bullet is too frantic, then how about another Prussian with a little more poise? The Mercedes-Benz 190 2.5 16-valve Cosworth. This has all the cred of a Cosy, but without the stigma of a blue oval on the bonnet. Now don't think this is just a 190e in a sharp suit. It's not. It is a real Autobahn Stormer. 0 to 60 in 7 seconds dead, and it will run all the way up to 144 miles an hour. This is not restrained, this is not conservative, this is fun. Sure, it doesn't have anything like the grunt of the Porker or the M3, but what it does have in spades is just refinement. And the Benz is the most luxurious of our three. It's got leather, air, power seats, power steering, remote central locking, even a factory-fitted tracking device. You get an awful lot for your money with these Cosworth Mercs. We pulled this one out of the Auto Trader. It's a classified ad, 5995. It may have done 100,000 miles, but there is a full Mercedes-Benz dealer history in the glove box. It's straight, it's clean, it hasn't been messed about with. It's exactly how you want to buy them. So, 3 German hotshots that offer almost as much pleasure, fun and passion as those mischievous and temperamental Italians. But don't be a hero. If you're buying one of these things, get them professionally inspected. They are specialist cars. Don't take any risk. But the bounty there is that if you buy it right and for the right money, you can sell it on for what you paid. Try doing that with a Lamborghini.
This, know it or not, is a trike. And if you're fed up with 4 wheels and tired of 2, then a truculent 3-wheeler is